Chris, you were looking like a serious lab technician over there. What was going on? I mean, how do you even tell what is what on this busy table of yours?
Yeah, I know to you this looks very confusing. To me, this makes a lot of sense. It's just basically the routine that I'd lay my products out is also important and vital when doing a makeup. As well as for yourself, it's also important that you lay your products out, preparing from your skin right to the very end where your lip gloss is. So I would say that a good skincare routine is the basic of everything. For without a beautiful canvas, you can't end up with a beautiful painting.
Sure.
So with me, to bring you into my world and not confuse you, we basically start off with our back there, which is our skincare. So you'll always start with cleansing, taking off the makeup, and then maybe a good toner. And then from the good toner, you move on to a serum. Now we've got Advanced Night Repair over here, which is an amazing product. This is the #1 selling serum in the world. We sell 8 of these every minute, and you can Google that. So from that, you'll move on to your...
But what are the benefits of that serum?
The benefits of the serum is that it's a repair serum. So it's going to repair the DNA damage from the inside out.
Okay.
The nicest thing about that is that it has hyaluronic acid, which locks in moisture, so it acts like a moisture magnet. So it holds on to all the moisture. And I would demonstrate for you how actually it locks in the moisture on your own hands, which would be amazing for you to feel and experience as well. But I'll do that a little bit later for you. I just want to take you through the structure as to how I'd run my workshop or my chemistry set over here, so that by the end of this conversation, you yourself could become a mixologist in your own bathroom.
I doubt that very much.
Yeah. So you'd move on from your skincare to your foundation. If your choice is foundation, you'd move on that way. If your choice is using a concealer and just an invisible powder, which the name for itself speaks for itself, it's an invisible powder. So you don't basically see the powder on the skin. Most powders make you look matte and dried out. This powder has a gelée formula, so it's going to keep the skin nice and moisturized and hydrated at the same time, leaving it with a porcelain finish, which every woman desires. So then you'd either put on your concealer and then your powder over that. But if you feel that you need more coverage, then move on to your double wear, which is a 15-hour wear. And it's the only foundation that can claim 15-hour wear. Okay. You'd move on to that and then put on the invisible powder that gives you that matte finish with the porcelain.
You know, can we talk a little bit about how a woman feels? Because it's more about the feeling of being beautiful that you actually are the technician of, you know. How important is makeup to a woman? So if I will get up in the morning and I'm going to work and I'm not wearing makeup, you know, and the next woman next to me is wearing makeup, what do you think the sense of confidence I'll be feeling vis-a-vis that woman? Does it enhance my confidence at all?
It enhances your confidence to a certain level, because for every woman it's different. You might find that a woman that wears no makeup has so much confidence because she's got beautiful skin. It also depends on what regime she's using. If she knows that she's got beautiful skin, all she needs is a lip gloss and a mascara. But on the other hand, you do find the women that want that a little bit of enhancing.
Pickup,
So then she would go maybe a more bolder lip, maybe a blusher, maybe a mascara, maybe an eyeshadow. But it also depends on the education of makeup. Because if a woman isn't educated, no matter if she's from the location here in South Africa to somewhere in America, it depends on how that woman was educated by either her mom or the makeup artist or somebody on counter that maybe tells her, this is the regime you follow. These are the steps you take in order to get this as your end result. So it's all about where the background lies.
The education. So it is important. I mean, I will speak for myself because I'm quite intimidated by makeup. You know, I see so much of it. I've grown up around it so much, and I've actually just opted not to use a lot. I do use it at times when I need to. And I do feel the boost, like you say. There's a boost to using makeup, but I wouldn't necessarily remember every day to be conscious of utilizing makeup. And I believe there's a lot of women like myself.
Yeah.
So if there was a layer in between that teaches you about how to properly apply makeup,
yes.
I believe that is how one could get to that feeling of confidence and being able to like be sure about what you're doing.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? I also find like with a lot of women, the tools are the most important thing. Because you might have a foundation, you might have a beautiful powder, lip gloss, eyeshadow. What tools are you using to apply it? I'm hoping not your fingers, because that's what a lot of women do. They buy sponges, and that sponge sucks up most of the moisture from your product, and you end up using the product double. Use the sponge just to dab and blend or buff the skin, and then use brushes. So I'm going to show you the 4 or 5 brushes that I think is a woman's essential must-have in her makeup bag. So like I was talking to you about the brushes. Now, I would say using an eyeshadow brush, a foundation brush, and a blusher brush, as well as a lip, and maybe using this as your brow brush. So let's eliminate the brow brush and instead bring in a buffing brush. So the buffing brush, I'll explain to you what that does, is basically just to give the skin that porcelain finish. Okay, so we're going to start off with where you're going to apply and which brush you're going to use for which application. We're going to start off first and foremost with your foundation brush. Now your foundation brush is a number 1 brush.
Okay.
And this is what you're going to use to create a foundation flower. So you'd apply the foundation on the back of your hand, and then basically start blending outward.
Okay.
Like a flower.
Right.
And this would be its petals. And you'd blend it right around the area there, but mostly focused on the center of the face, because that's where most of us want to focus, or most people look, in the center of the face.
That's right.
From there, you have the option of having 2 brushes. Either you can have 1 powder brush and 1 buffing brush, and then you've got your blusher brush over there. So then you have the choice of using either a brush like this for buffing, and then using the second brush for basic powder application. Or you can use one for both. This brush is a number 10 that you could get on the counter. Okay. And this brush would be basically for application of powder. Now when you apply powder, the easiest way to do it is down the center. Just think of a middle line, or a line running down the face, and you're going to start down there.
It's like geometry, a little
like
bit like geometry.
It actually is.
It totally,
actually is.
Yeah.
Everything is about like angles, on the face.
Get it.
So you basically take it there and then blend it outward. Try not to get powder over there, because you want to keep this quite natural on the outside. And then using the same brush, you're just in a circular motion going to buff. It's like polishing the skin.
It feels like it.
It's like polishing the skin. And these brushes are amazing.
Wow.
So nice and soft as well.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Okay.
Then you move on to your blusher brush, which would be a number 3 brush.
Okay.
You'd notice the tips of this one is much more like
a bit wider.
In.
Yeah.
This is basically so that in a circular motion as well, you can just focus on a specific area on the face, and that would be just on the cheeks.
Okay.
So you don't have to do much work. Your brush will do all the work for you. That's why it's good to have good quality brushes.
Yeah.
It's rather best to get brushes that are made of real hair rather than brushes that are made of synthetic hair. Synthetic would be your plastic hair.
Yes.
And the real hair lasts longer because you wash it with normal shampoo.
Okay.
So like you would treat your own hair, you treat the brush in the same respect. Okay.
Got it. That's for the blusher.
That is for your blusher.
Okay, got it.
And then this is your eyeshadow brush, the most important brush of all. You could have 2 of these brushes, one for your dark colors, one for your light colors, instead of using one for everything. And then tomorrow when you put on the makeup again, you've got dark eyeshadow here, and you end up with a raccoon eye. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
This application is over there. Like your blusher, this one does all the work for you. And as you can feel, I'm doing everything in a rotating motion. This is just to blend and buff the color in the same time.
All right.
Okay. Then once you're done with that brush...
What number is that?
This brush is a number 25 eyeshadow brush.
All right.
Okay. Once you're done with that, you basically move on to your lip brush. Now, I'm using an angled brush, which is a number 20 as a lip brush. This is for the mere fact that I want to go actually deeper into the Cupid's bow and shape the lip. That would make it easier for you as well. So when you start in the center over there, Cupid's bow, over there, Cupid's bow, and then just finish it off at the bottom.
Wow.
And this is a number 20 brush.
And this is what brushes can do for you.
Brushes work miracles.
Oh my goodness.
It's like magic.
It is actually like magic, I must be honest. But it's fantastic. It feels good. It feels like geometrical, but it also, I can understand how you end up with this perfect finish. That obviously one has to be educated in that. It's not I would know what to do with a brush and therefore do it, you know.
Sure.
I must be honest, I've played with brushes like this. In terms of, these are brushes, because I'm not educated in what to do, I mean, they'll end up painting my wall or painting my little paintings and all of that. So I think it's important to get some basic know-how, because that basic know-how empowers you.
No,
I feel empowered right now. I really, really do. And I hope the viewers at home will feel the same way.
No, I'm sure they will. I mean, look how beautiful you are. And I started with a beautiful canvas to start with. I just enhanced a little bit.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Great. And how do women get in touch with you? Do you have a website? Do you have anything?
Actually, I am on a Twitter handle. It's C Williams 423, or they can check me out on my Facebook page, which is Chris Williams. Okay. And it's very easy.
We'll also put your details on our website.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you.
Sure. Well, there you have it. There's good information that I think I'll also use moving forward. But that's the purpose of this program in this time, is to give you information that you can really, really use. And I hope that you'll be able to actually understand what you can do with your products as well as your equipment, your tools, and therefore be able to find yourself empowered and find that there's a mixture between the beauty inside and the beauty externally. And have a good time.